think my recording is working now. So, fine. Last week I promised that we will start with our coding aspect, but I think most people are not they are not online. So I think the best is for us to start the CMS because that.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, fine. So okay, let me share my screen also. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay, it's loading. Hello, sir.
Now, okay.
Okay, so don't worry, just go ahead. Maybe towards the end when
No,
we have time.
please ask questions before we proceed.
No, it's with respect to the Bluetooth checking. So I started listening to the recording, but it stopped at some point. Is there a place where I can access it?
The what? The check-in record?
Bluetooth checking.
Yeah, it's there.
Yes.
It's still available. Just click on the link. You will see it there.
Okay.
I will reshare the
And
link
I
later
wanted
on after the
to
class.
listen to what their point of view was and see how can I attempt to understand it and dismantle this debate.
Okay. That's no problem.
Alright, thank you.
You're welcome. So I think let's move down to the coding aspect first before we move down to the because so that we should because I want us to work along with the coding aspect so that we will have covered a lot by the time we are moving and you will tend to understand a lot of things too also, right? um,
Very.
I think this is one that we are using, right? No.
You're recording here?
Yeah, I'm recording. I don't know which one I'm using. Sorry.
And there's one that I started with that was the Bible
Yeah,
podcast.
that's what I want to look into, but it's not opening. Okay. This is the part. Flutter ICC. Flutter. I don't know where I kept it. Okay, on the desktop. Then the Flutter. Okay, there's no. Okay, no, this is not it. Oh. So if it's not, so let me just recreate another one again, just so that it will just be more of like revision again. So let me just recreate sharp. Let's say let me name it as Camseed Web. Camseed Web. Yes, I will select the folder. Okay, let me accept. Oh, you can also see my screen,
I see
right?
your screen, sir.
Okay, like some people want to join with. Okay, admit. Okay, fine. I'm coming. Let me close all this my tab because I think I'm. Let me close them. Aha! So I have my camp seed, right? Let me go index.html just for us to continue because I don't know where I saved that one to. Then there are styles.css, right? And then I told you for the JavaScript, we can leave it as app.js or what or script.js. And I've told you the reason why for naming all. So these are the default names given to each of the language is right. So and I told you why this HTML, so which will also come to that later on. So the first thing you have to declare your doc type, right?
Sorry.
Okay.
I want to talk to you about that. Sorry.
Okay.
I was thinking you use the scaffolding method, or is there a reason why you just want to use doc type straight?
Is that what? The shortcut method?
It gives you the entire layout at once.
Okay, the entire layout at what? Okay, the shortcut that like this.
Yes.
No. I don't want that for now. That one will come later on, right? So my shortcut is for those that have already mastered. So thank you for bringing that. But now let me tell you the secret behind that. And this is one of the things that is also making some of the developers not to actually get the concept of what they are learning. So if you are new to programming, the convention is that you are not allowed to copy anything or to use shortcuts. Right? The reason why is because, see, you won't be able to trace your mistake, your error, your bug. You won't be able to trace it if you are the type that, as a beginner, that you just copy code and paste. That's why in all the documentation that you always see online here, they always say that even though you are to copy a code, try to type it. Type it. Don't just copy and paste. Right? Because it will allow you to trace your bug later on if you want to debug your code. Secondly, it will allow you to understand the code more, and it will be more clear to you than to just copy and paste. Right? So that's why as a beginner, it's very okay, and it's advisable that even once you have gotten a particular code, try as much as possible to type everything. Don't just paste. So by the time you have mastered that and you have understood the concept, then you can now be using the shortcut. But if at the time that you should use shortcut, believe me, it will you will see the outcome later on, which you won't like. So that's why you see some people spending like hours debugging. Why? Because they don't really understand the code. So although there are some things that you understand the code, that this is how it's supposed to work, but it will still be giving errors. But most likely, if you see someone expressing bug, mostly it means that person is copy and paste person. So and that person then after when that person is now running the code, it's now showing error, right? So, but if you type, as you are typing, that's why you understand first before typing. You understand the code first. That's even the convention of anything programming, is you have to understand what you want to code first. Not that you just code and just think. No. You understand the concept. It is not the concept that you not translate into coding. Is that clear now? Right? Is that clear? So now that's what is happening. So now for back to our this thing, right? So once you've mastered this, then you cannot be using the normal code. Who is that? Please, give me some seconds, please. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear.
Yeah, please, sorry. So someone distracted me. So now, the first one, which I've already explained this, I'll say the words. I type HTML. Then I can specify HTML also, the open tag and the close tag. And then the head tag, which I've already explained also. Then title tag, and this is where you write the name of your website. So now let's say we are creating CamSeed website, for example, CamSeed website, right? So now after under the head, then we specify what our body tag. This is where we design everything, right? So and if I want to preview, if I should open with Live Server, so if I want to preview, the secret behind this title now that you are seeing is what is showing here. You will see now that it has changed what to CAMSeed website, right? Are we clear? Please, that's where we stopped, right? And then we've done the we've done the p tag, we've done the h tag, right? So, but nevertheless, let's make it somehow. Let's make it unique. So let's say that I want to output something out there. I say welcome. I say what? Welcome to CAMSeed website. Right? If I should preview it now, can you see that now? So now it's outputting what I've written, but the tags are not showing. Right? So now, so today, and I've also told you about the p tag, which is named as what? As paragraph. Move on. You see this thing that you are seeing here now. Hope you can also see my screen.
No.
Okay, let me reshare. What now?
It's presenting.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So let me make this to be bold. Somehow let me make it bolder. Aha, I think it's okay now. So now, you see, I told you now this is the what? This is the normal rule for HTML. You open, that is, if you want to start the content, you open, and once you are done with what you want to output, then you close. That is the normal syntax for HTML, right? So now there's not something that we call attribute. What attribute means that if you want to attribute normal attribute, it means that if you want to modify or to like what will I say, like if you want to explain that thing, the more functionality or what that thing can do more, like more functionalities about that thing is what we call what attributes. Or if you want to modify that thing to have something else, so that's what we call attribute. So now let me use God as an example now. So God has what? Many attributes. So it has its normal name, right? Then it has more attributes, right? So that thing that you are seeing, so now we say that for God now, we say it's called Al-Rahman, it's called Al-Rahim. So those names, they called attributes. They qualify him more than than its normal what name, right? That's the same thing happening to HTML too. So these attributes, they are what? If you want to extend, if you want to modify that thing more, so that's why we extend the tag with an attribute tag. So and the syntax for attribute is style. After when you've opened this, right, any tag that has this opening, you will now type style, and then after this style equal to, then you will now put this double quotation. Is that clear now? So now after this double quotation, what I've written now, this one is called tag name. This style now is called the attribute. So now what you now want to style that in, the attribute that you want to give to that thing is now what we call what? Property. Now let's say now the output of this now, the output of this result, you see that it is welcome to CAMSeed, right? So now, but if I want to style it now with to change color, that color that I'm typing is what we call property. Then the name you are now giving it is what we can now call value. So now, if I should come again, this h1 now is our tag. This style is our attribute, that is we want to give to that h1, that is we want to modify it. Then this color is what we call property, and this blue is the value that we are giving the property. So if I should save it and go back to this thing, you'll see now that it will change. You see that it has changed color, right? Can you see from black it has changed to what? It has changed to blue. So that's what they call HTML attribute. Please, any question before I proceed?
Yes.
Okay, what's the question,
So,
please?
just to see if I now this styling is I think this is what we call an inline.
Yes,
styling.
inline CSS. We should come to that. Yeah.
Inline. That's fine.
Okay, we also come to that later on. So I just want to introduce the attributes to you, right? So now let's say now it is not the color that I want to change. So now this is the normal syntax that you follow. Now let's say now it is the background color that I want to change instead of the color. If I should save and I move back to this now, can you see that now? That it is the background that has changed, not the text. So now for color is for text, right? Why the background is for this? Is that clear now? Any questions, please? Please, any questions? So I just introduced you to that. We have a lot. So now let's move to something else. So now we have done what we called paragraph, right? We have done paragraph. So that if I should say the paragraph is p tag, right? If I should say that this is, for example, this is a community website, for example, you see, if I should go back to this again, can you see that the text is more than this? So normally I've told you that the h1 tag is what is more. Why the what is like it has more font size. That the h1 is as the default is 36. So you have 36, 24. So but for p tag the normal this thing is 16, right? So now this for the p tag now. So there's something that we call text formatting. If I want to format text so now this is where we have what we call nested elements. So now these tags, they are called elements, but if you want to, and all the elements tags, they can have another element inside. Now this is the normal font style for p tag, but now let's assume now that I want to bold it. But under our HTML, under our normal Microsoft Word, you see you will use Ctrl B, right? But for this, you have to use B tag. It is just p tag, open B, and now see what I've done now. See before I close this, what's the name? Before I end this now, this was the name, this p tag. In between, you now add the b tag, right? If I should save it and code that, you see that it has turned to big, to bold text. Can you see that? Let me also increase this one. Can you see that now it has turned to what? The bold text, right? Let me change this. Let me write E. So now so B is for bold. That's why I told you once you are familiar with your Microsoft Word, all this will be easier for you. Then we have I. I is for italic. We have open tag I, close tag I. So now if I should come down here, if I see that, you see now you have italic. Can you see how the font size is changed? So any text that you are seeing like this on a website, this is secret. This is the secret behind that, right? Can you see that? So after I tag, we have. Let me give you another. We have what we have underlined. For underlined is what is U. Let's say we have U tag, and I close my U tag. If I should come back here and preview it now, can you see that? So we have as many as possible. We have delete. Let me give another one. For delete is DEL. If I should open tag it, and under this I want DEL and close my DEL. I told you the closing tag once you are done with my what DEL. DEL. Can you see that? So can you see that? So this is how we So this is what we call strike through in computer. Strike through. Strike through means that you are this. Once you see something like this on any website or in computer, it means that that thing has been deleted, right? Please, any questions before we proceed? Also, do you have question?
How can we do a strike through with
Now it's
out of curiosity with laptop? How can we do a strike through Microsoft Word?
Microsoft Word. You will see it there now. So let me open a Microsoft Word so that I'll show you. Thank you for that. So that's what. So this is what I want. You should be asking questions, right? So that's why it's even I even advise someone even before learning HTML that you should, or before learning web, you should be familiar with Word document, because it will ease your learning process. That's the reason why I attach this coding with your CMS, with our WordPress, because as you are moving on the CMS, you will be getting a lot of things. That's why you tend to be getting some secrets, right? So I'm coming. Okay, this is not. Let me. You see now, these are our strike two. Now you see all these things that you are seeing now. You see bold, you see italic, you see your underline. So this is your strike two. Can you see that now?
Yes, yes.
So now this is your strike. So now all this is still the same thing aligning with your HTML. This is what we call font style. Font style, which also come to that like that. Font style. Can you see that? See all this paragraph, or you will see how they are somehow aligning with our HTML. That's why you are even seeing your website like more of like this, like a page. All the website that you are seeing, you see that. Okay.
Something like a double strike through, like Naira sign, for example, because that's one.
For like what?
Naira sign.
So that's why you have to use CSS to achieve that.
So even on Word, you can't access it.
No,
Yes.
no. Okay, for Naira sign, no. For Word, you can access that. For if you want to access that, go to symbol. That under symbol we have what's the name? We have the normal. We have the Naira sign. In the where is our symbol? This thing. Go to insert. You see symbol. See now Naira sign, right? Can you see that? But if you are the type that you've not used it before, you click on more, right? Then you go to your currency symbols. But if your version is below 2007 or from 10 downward, you will see that. So now they updated this, I think from 2013 upward. Is that clear now?
Yeah, that's good, thank you.
Are you clear there? So please, yeah, please. So instead of you to be using hash sign, hash pound, please always use your normal symbol for your money, please. What it is not convention to be using that hash means something else in computer, which will also come to that later on also. So hope we are okay with this. So now I will send you. See, please, I'll be sending you a link for you to learn more, because I want you to. There's one I will be sending you different links so that you can be able to revise more about the what's the name, the HTML of a thing, or the coding aspect that you are learning. So, but before we move further, so I would like to chip in something which is very, very important, right? Which is very, very important, and for you to know, that is color. And before we move to that, let me just move to the normal thing, and which is what we call anchor tag, right? Linking. You see this anchor tag. This is the secret behind your creation of of your web. I told you this, but before we move to that, let me just show you on how to upload pictures. First, how pictures is being uploaded. So now the tag for pictures is, let's assume now that I want to upload a picture here. The tag is img, right? Don't let me use shortcut. Open tag img, right? Then src is the source. Then what? Then you close it like this. You see something that I've done now. What I've done here is that this img has opening tag, but it doesn't has what? It doesn't have the closing tag. This is what they called empty tag. You see that most of the things that I'm doing here, they have opening, they have closing. But there are some tags that you'll be learning later on that they don't have, right? And one of it is this img. So now, if you want to upload, how pictures are being uploaded online. Before this, you have to go and pick any picture. Let me pick any picture here. Where can I see pictures? And let me picture this picture. You will now copy it, right? After then, you will now go to the folder that you've created. And this is my own folder here. Let me create it. Let me open in Real Explorer. Then you will now paste it inside your folder. You paste it like this. Let me rename it as a short name. Let me rename it as Camseed, for example, so after when I've renamed it like this, you now go back to your code, and this, as you start typing, the code will bring it out for you. See now, Camseed. If I should save it and I go back to my web and I preview it, can you see that now that Camseed, you see that it has been uploaded? Can you see that? But what? But this thing is too large, right? The image. Now, this is now what will lead us to what we call the attribute that I've already explained. Now, the first attribute that we've learned is what is style. Another attribute that we will learn today is width and height. You see, this width and height, they are mostly used for pictures or to resize something that has to do with height and width, right? So now you see that now this image is too big for this, right? So now if you want to resize it, you go back, and after this double quote, you now write height, then equal to, with your double colon, let's say 50 pixel. And if you want to specify, you can use either percentage or pixel. So percentage is more bigger than what? Than pixel. If I should say width, I say 50 pixel. See what? If I should save it and I go back, can you see that it has been reduced now? Can you see that? So now, but if I should use 50%, let me go back to this. If I should use 50%, you see that the percentage will be more larger than what? Pixel percent. If I should save it and go back to this, can you see that now? Please, any questions? This is how pictures or any image that you are seeing on any website, this is how it's been uploaded. Any question, please? So you resize, okay?
So whether it's percent or pixel, that one is at the developer's discretion, right?
Yeah. It's there, but now listen. But if you want to use the best, because the best to use, right now, you must learn how to resize. You know what? There's something that we will learn later on called media query. That is how to make your website to be responsive on all the devices. You know how you'll be viewing pictures is different from on the laptops, is different from how you'll be viewing it on the computer. It means that now, if you are on your mobile phones, you will see that the numbers. One of the major differences across all the devices. One of the major differences is what it is the size. Is the size. That's even the revolution that happened to computing the device. So that's why the first mini model computer that you have, the first one is desktop. You see now that the desktop, initially everything was what? Segmented. The keyboard separate, the monitor separate, but later on it was now compressed and later turned to what? To laptop. So now, which means everything was now incorporated into one. Your CPU, your monitor, your mouse, incorporated. So later on again, the laptop too was now compressed, now turned to what we call palm top, and what we call today as a tablet. It was now compressed into one screen, right? So now the palm top 2 was now compressed into mobile phones. Now this is the trend of modern mini computer that we have. So the major difference is it is the size. So from desktop it cuts down to laptop, from laptop down to palm top, from palm top down to mobile phones. Can you hope you've understood that? That's why if you are creating any solutions, you have to create for all these modern mini computers, because as someone is viewing it on the desktop is different from how that person will be viewing it on the laptop. How that person is viewing it on the laptop is different from how. So now just imagine now that I'm using 5 pixel now under this for the laptop version, 5 pixel. You see that the picture will be so small for someone using laptop. Can you see that? So which means as you are designing for your responsiveness, you must learn how to to know your unit. So they are called a unit. So we have different units how to spell. So you will know how to use them. That is how you make it to be more smaller if someone is using. So that's what we lead us to what we do later on about our responsiveness. But don't worry. So we still come to that. Please, any questions? I would like to end this one for now, then so that we should move towards to our normal. What's the name? To our CMS. Please, any questions regarding this?
Yes, please.
Okay. Please, what's the question, Mazia?
Okay, please. Is there a way that we can auto save instead of saving always when you type one, you save?
No.
then
Okay.
also,
Okay.
how do we
Okay. Oh, sorry. I am just.
connect the live server?
Okay. Thank you for that.
Since VS Code has its own live server,
Yeah.
how do we work with it?
Please, for the auto save one. It's because I'm just saying it. I'm not saving again because I've already set my own as what auto save, right? So, and if you want to work with what we call live server, that live server is that for those that are just joining, the normal convention is that once you have done something, before it will reflect, you have to save first before it will reflect on your what's your web like this, and you have to refresh again, right? But for the live server, you don't need that. So once you've saved, it will just show that. And if you don't want to be saving, which is the best because your system can off anytime and you've not saved, so that to change that, just go to your settings, right? Hope you are go to your settings like this. Then you can just type autosave. Just search for autosave. See that this control autosave of editor that I have what just change it to on. Just change it like to just say on. I'm coming. Let me check. There's one autosave one for normal coding. I think my own is auto. See everything is auto. There's one I'm coming out to show you something. Yeah. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. So now you see all this thing that you are seeing now. Just mark it. Save. When there's no save. So once you've saved it, that's all. So now you don't need you don't need to be saving. Even if your system is to off. But although if you are using any Windows version right from Windows 10 upward, they have that. The Windows itself has that even if your system to off automatically, if you on back your Windows, it will load all your devices that all your folders, your files that you've recently opened. It will reopen them back, like how your browser still have it now, right? But if your own is not doing that, just come to settings and search for autosave. Yeah, just search for autosave and change it this one now you can change it to after delay or anyone, right? Hope that's clear. Maziba.
Yes.
Okay. So well done. Please, any more questions before we move down to our normal before we move down to our normal CMS? So please, I'll be sending some document for you to play around with before the class, right? So now for our CMS. So please, can we close this? Can we end this?
Yes, please.
But I want our class to be more as fast as possible. I want it to be and I don't know, this time it is just too short. And this is one of the things that we also discussed yesterday too. But no problem, we'll see what we can do. So for our CMS, so now I told that if you want to restart or continue from where you stopped, you can just look for your XAMPP folder, XAMPP file, right? Sorry, XAMPP software. After when you've opened it, I told you that I will show you Laravel today, but time has so please someone should remind me next week so that I will show you on how to, because Laravel is more faster than XAMPP. You start your Apache, then you start your MySQL, and if the two have started running, it means that your local server has started running. Then you minimize it. Then you go back to okay, Maziva now.
Laragon, is there an app on its own that we have
Yet
to
it's
download?
up. Oh, someone has already asked this question and I've answered it. Yeah, I've sent you all the local servers. Listen, that I sent you then software. Yes, you can use it. Any of them. Is that clear? Just
Yeah.
that for the MAMP, the WAMP, the LAMP, they are just mainly for Linux. While some is for Mac OS. Yeah, but the one that is best, that suits Windows, just use your Laragon and XAMPP. Right? But me, I prefer XAMPP because I love that XAMPP enough because of the customization. It's because there are some things that I need to show you on later on, but not now. That I'll show you like all these things. There are some things that I need to explain here on how to configure it, but not now. Please hope that's clear.
Fair enough.
So after when you have started it, after when you have started it, then you now call your local host, right? Local host, and the name of local host, right? Equal. Then and the name of this is education, right? Then you click on it, localhost / education. Now question. Once I search for this, it will direct me directly to the main website, right? Then who can remind me if I want to log in back to my back end? What will I do?
WP-admin.
That's mashallah. That's nice. That's nice. It means that you're always in. Oh.
But there are sometimes that when I try to actually start this, I have to start from the local web, local host, then type education. As in when it opens the page, then I'll now type education.
No.
Because if my system goes off and I try to refresh, it tells me error.
No, refresh again. You have to refresh again, yeah? Once it's showing error, so how I wish, you know what? How I wish, I think the best, what it will be more better, but I just want you to get this because for those that don't have the capability to be buying what's the name data, how I wish if you can just do the live class, the live server on, whereby it will be hosted, that you will see live how it's been done. Like all these processes that we have been doing now, you would have seen how how it is real life, right? Instead of all this wala that you are doing, that you do local also, though on the live server, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. But we are still coming to that. So now after this one is still loading, and we have just only 10 minutes left. Okay, now this is the main website that has shown, right? This is what it has shown. But if I now want to go back to my what's the name, to my this thing, I will go WP admin. If I want to go back to my back end, so today I will introduce you to last week I've introduced you to Teams. Now all these CMS platform that you are seeing, all these CMS platform, now these are backend. Now I will log in, right? So now all these CMS platform that you are doing, they are mainly built on two things. Please take note of them. They are mainly built on two things. The first thing is themes, while the second thing is plugins. Themes, it's just the themes. It's just used for what, on how you want the layout of that. Now, unlike our coding, under that our coding aspect, you are going to design everything, right? But themes, it's just a predefined layout that has already been created. You are just to use that template and just continue with your customization. Oh, that's clear. Why the plugins? You see now plugins here. We call it plugins. Sometimes we call it hands-on. Sometimes we call it what's the name? Extension, right? Depending on what you want to call it. So plugins means that if you want to add more functionalities on that particular things. So now you see these plugins that you are seeing. It's the same thing that you will learn under our frameworks. Any frameworks that you are learning, there's something that we call widget. Everything that someone used to interact with, everything from A to Z, right from button, image. See, anything that you can think of that you as computer user that you can interact it and that you can interact with, they call them plugins or they call them what, widgets in computing, right? So likewise, everything that you are seeing, these plugins, it means that they have already, they call them also components. They have already created them. And so instead of you to code, we just have it. So you just search for it and then you just use it. Oh, that's clear. Now, if I should open this my website in another tab now, if I should open this my website now, let me just introduce you to plugins so that you want. No, I've explained Teams. What's the name? Teams last week, right? And there's no question with that. Now for plugins now, let me give you one example of plugins. If you click on plugins, you will see add new. Click on add new, and this is where you search the same thing like our normal Teams tool. And this is where you search for anything that you want. Any of the plugins that you can think of. You have millions of them, millions. Let me give you one of the things that people used to use mostly. Let's say that I want to integrate WhatsApp into my website. You just come down here and search for WhatsApp. Just search for WhatsApp. I told you that anything that you can think of that you want to integrate, anything, Facebook, button, what's the name, email, or anything that you know people used to integrate. You just know the name and just search it here. Oh, that's clear. Right? Let me use this one. I'll just install it. Are we getting it? And if I should come down here, you see that nothing is showing here now, and you see what will happen with the with the plugins. Oh my, our class will end now. Oh my god, we have 10 minutes. Okay, so it's still installing. So now it has been installed failed. Why? Let me try another one. There's no problem. Let me try another one. That's why we have there a lot. Let me do this WP chart. Mostly it used to be because of the version. WP chart. This one has installed, right? It has installed. So now, see, if I should go back to this, and if I should refresh this one, you say nothing. Okay, let's wait. Can you see that nothing is displaying? Now let's go back to this. So once you've installed any plugins, you see that it will be added to part of your tools here. Please, are we clear? Let me increase this. Let me zoom it so that you'll be seen very well. So automatically it will be added to part of this your tools, right? Or you can also just come to install plugins. Then you see it under it. Now, like how we used to do for our normal Teams, you have to activate this one too also. So once I've activated it, now it has been activated. If I should come down to here and I should refresh this one now, you see it's still not showing up. Why? Let's see, because maybe we've not added something. So now let's go back to settings. Let's set it. Settings. You always see how to use all plugins. You always see this. Now there are some things that I just have to set first before it will start working perfectly. Let me say that okay, you have to create an account for this. Now it has started coming out. Can you see that? Now these are the pre-designed. Please just go and play around with it. If I reduce this title, the name that will come out here, you see them here. The team typically replies in a few minutes. That's if someone is online. I click one of. So please just go and play around with this, right? If I should come back here now again and just refresh it, and almost all of them, you have to add a phone number that will be linked to, right? A phone number. You see how this one now is added now to it now? Can you see that? Can you see that now? Can you see that, please? Any questions? Please ask question.
It's
No.
going to be like a boat.
Now you said what?
It's going to be like a BOT.
Yes. Now that's how. So anything that you, depending on what you want to, people use these charts, and mostly some people used to use what we call, and that's one of the things that I also love a lot, because that's why it has more features. Even that one, you can even be monitoring how people are entering into your website. What we call talk. We call it talk. Now let's go back to this. Hope you've seen how WhatsApp is being integrated. So add new accounts. You please just go and play around with it because of time. So this is your new account. So this way you add the number that will be directed to once someone has clicked on it. So now if I do as if now that I want to add new plugins again, this is one of the plugins that people use a lot for chats, for chat platform, like this talk, like this TAWK. And if I search for it, and this one, talk.2, people use it a lot. Let me show you the details how it will look, so that maybe you might have seen it in mostly all the websites, almost all websites. Let's see the screenshot, so that something like this. So you'll be seeing this thing right in mostly all some websites, right? So now this is what they use. So this is where they just do it. It's very easy. Please, any questions? Our class will end now. Oh, our class.
If I the one that will customize the message that will display.
Thank you. Now, depending on what you want, like now, depending, like all this, you know what? This thing is something that we need to learn on itself. How to, but that one, I just introduce you to what plugins. That is how you can add more functionalities to your, like we are talking of SEO of now. Let's say for search engine optimization now. If you want to make your listing to rank on Google also, this is where you also search for SEO. Just search for any SEO. This is where you search for any plugins. See anything that you can think of that you see people use out there. Anything, just search for it. Anything that you want to integrate that is in your mind that you want to integrate, just come down to these plugins and search. This Yoast SEO is very good. Yeah, is now improve your website SEO, write better content, and have a fully optimized website using the. So there are a lot of things that we will introduce you to later on. So this is just introduction. So now I'll introduce you to themes and plugins. So next week I will introduce you what website now is made up of. That is pages and what. So in terms of interface, it is made up of what themes and plugins. And in terms of content, everything that you are seeing, that you are interacting with on the website, it is made up of two things: pages and posts, which we also come to that. This is where people used to make their blog website, or this news website, or anything that you can see out there. Please, any questions? Okay, our time remaining 4 minutes. Okay.
Is it possible for us to actually download more than one of these plugins?
Thank you.
To download like 5, 6.
See, if you want to download 1 million. Download, see anything that you can, so you can. But the bitter truth is that you must know how to optimize. So as you are downloading, they are what it is consuming. So they are consuming your load. So now, depending on the plan that you have bought, I told that your hosting plan that you are buying out here, it is more of like space, your space, right? So now, if you are the type that just like that you just buy just small plan. So you can't just be downloading anyhow. That's why you will see some website becoming more slow and slow. Like you will see just loading. Because what? One, you must know how to optimize. After one, even though you have a lot of things on your website, I will show you how to optimize it so that and you have some plugins too that you can also download to optimize your website and make it more faster. If you have a lot of things on it, but normally plugins used to consume your data. So that's why I always tell that coding is still the best. So if a plugin is what is consuming up to like 5 gig, like 5 MB, your coding alone can consume just up to now, even not up to 1 byte. I'm telling you. So that's why coding is still the best. But this one now, instead of you coding, you are now integrating some component outside, now integrating it into your website. That's not the difference now. Is that clear?
Yes, that's a lot.
So inshallah. So please, any questions? We have just only 2 minutes. So please, we are still contemplating on should we just focus more on web alone, or we should be doing both. So for now, I think the vote will end tomorrow, and most people have chosen what just web. But I'm surprised that the people that have chosen web, they are still the people now that they are not even participating. I'm even surprised. So how will you know?
I think someone advised that since those that even voted are not even participating,
I'm telling you.
just continue.
I'm telling you.
With,
That's
the
so.
software and the web.
Yes. I would also prefer
I
that.
second that, please.
Please, I would also prefer that, please, that we just manage and see. So 6 months, we'll just see that at least before this year runs out, we have a tangible project that we will upload. We will my this thing will finish now. And thank you for those that have started supporting the community. And please, once you have supported with anything, please always send me the evidence so that I told you that it will be published online and it will be published on the website for transparency, please. And I think Mr. Ahmed has sent something for the community, and which we told you that these are the things that we will be using to equip you all. If you need any help, and what's like there are some people that we will be supporting later on. It is this thing that will help us to support them. So please, once you've sent something, please send me the evidence so that it will be published and it will be documented. Thank you once again. Please don't forget to always practice, and I forgot to share you the what's the name, but you can just copy it very fast. That's the attendance, please. The attendance. Oh, where is it now? Paste. It has ended.